Yes. So, so we will discuss about the different microcontrollers. So like this. So these are the manufacturers, and we have seen about this one. So these are the manufacturers, and each and every. So we have seen about the 8051 microcontroller. So this one is the 8-bit microcontroller. Like that, we are having a Atmega 328P. So this Atmega 328P is fitted into a board. So that board is going to be called as a Arduino. Okay. So this is the Arduino. Okay. So we are having a different PIC microcontroller, Atmel, AVR, Atmega, like that. Different microcontrollers are there, depending upon the capacity of the microcontroller. Like they are going to be having 8, 16, 32, like that. Different microcontrollers are there. Next. So these are the different version different variations in the Arduino. You can able to see. So I can call it as a classification of the Arduino. So Arduino is going to be having a different types like Arduino Mini, Arduino Nano, Arduino Mega, Arduino Leonardo, Arduino Uno, and Arduino Lilipad. So these are the different things. So here you can able to see everything is going to be utilizing as a Atmel 382 the 328P, but the packaging are different. You can able to see here. So the packaging are different, and the number of IO pins, the number of IO pins are also different. Okay, so some may having a large number of IO pins, some may having a less number of IO pins. So depending upon our application, whatever the applications we are going to be creating. So depending upon our embedded application, we need to choose the how many IOs we require. So for small applications, we will go for the Arduino. If the space required for the embedded system is very less, then even we can go for the Arduino Lilipad. So you can be able to go for the Arduino Nano. Like that, we are going to be having a different Arduinos depending upon the application. We can able to choose that one. Okay. So in here we are going to be discussing about the Arduino Uno. So I already shown you. So Arduino Uno, how the Arduino Uno is. So I will show you again. So we will see this one directly. So this is the how the Arduino Uno will look like. Next. So I will go for like this. So what are the features of the Arduino? So the Arduino is going to be utilizing as a the main microcontroller which is using in the Arduino is the Atmega 328P. Okay, so it's having a 14 digital IO pins. So I can able to connect 14 IO devices with this Arduino board. Okay, so that's the meaning of the 14 IO things. Okay, so next. If you see the next thing, so it's having a analog inputs as a 6 pins. So from the 6 pins, we can able to connect unlock sensors. For example, if I am having any analog sensor, so then I can able to go with this, and I can able to connect the analog sensors there. So let me give a time to open my whiteboard. So today we will check whether this whiteboard is working or not. So if it is working, I will explain you clearly. So yes, so my thing is now today it's working fine. So it's very good. Okay, so so let us take. So I will take the new one. So this is the uh, Atmega Atmel 328P. So microcontroller. So upon the microcontroller, so this total thing is going to be called as a Arduino Uno. So
Sir,
here we are having a
sir, whiteboard is not visible, sir.
whiteboard part is not visible. So it's also not working fine. Okay, it's not working fine. Okay, no issues. It's not working fine. So like that, we are having a analog inputs and we can able to connect the digital like this. So digital IO pin. Next, it's having a 32 kilobytes of the flash memory where we can able to store the code. Next, we are having a SRAM where we can able to store the SRAM capacity is 2 kilobytes where we can able to store the variables. Next, we are having a EEPROM is the 1 kilobyte where the manufacturer will store this BIOS programming. So that's how. So this is how the Arduino will look like. So it's having a different parts. We already seen our about this one power port, voltage regulator, USB port, reset button. Next, we are having a digital I/O pins like this. So the digital I/O pins having a dual functionality. So here, so this from 8 to 13, they will act as a digital I/O with PWM. So pulse width modulation. So next we are having a built-in LEDs. So these are the transmitter and receiver LEDs. And here we are having a one more LED which is not given here on. So that is nothing but whenever the power is on, so this LED will glow. Next, these are the analog pins A0 to A5. So this six analog pins. So these are the power and ground pins. So if it is required the external pin, external power, so then we can able to connect the 3.3 volts and 5 volts. So from Arduino, I can able to take 3.3 volts or 5 volts. So these are the ground. Next, so here we are having a V in. So some applications, if I don't want to use this power port, I can able to directly give the power here. 5 volts, the operating voltage can be given directly here. Next, so these are the reset pin. So these are the reset button. So hardware reset. So from this pin also we can able to reset the Arduino. So this is the reset pin we are having. Next we are having a IO reference. So in some cases, so if I require ADC, I am using externally from externally I am using the IOC. So ADC. So analog to digital converter. So there I require to give the reference voltage. So in that cases, so I will take the reference voltage from here and I will give that reference voltage to the ADC. So in those cases, this pin is going to be utilized. So this is how the different pins we are having. So these are the different pins, and we have seen about this and also this thing. So this is the pinout diagram. So how the Atmega 328 P is going to be having. So every pin is going to be having a multi-functionality. So like this. So ADC, SCL, PCINT, like that is going to be having every pin is going to be having a multi-functionality. So like that. So these are the different pins we are going to be having. Totally 28 pins it is going to be having. So these total 28 pins, some having a dual functionality, some may having a multiple functionality. So like this, you can able to see these are the multiple functional pins. So these are the dual pins, and some may having a single purpose. So like VCC ground and ARF like this. Okay, so like this is the pin diagram of the Atmega 328 pin. So I will take this Atmega 328 pin, 328P, and I will put into a board. And for that board, I am connecting the IO devices. So that board is going to be called as a Arduino. So this Arduino is also going to be having a different thing. So these are going to be like this. So how we can able to connect the Arduino to the PC? So we can able to plug the Arduino like this. So by using the USB cable, I can able to connect the Arduino. Okay, from laptop, I can able to connect the Arduino. So whenever I connect the Arduino to the laptop, so then we may see this L. So power up LED. So that power up LED. So this is the power up LED. So this power up LED will on, and this L LED will blink such that so the whatever the program we have in the EEPROM is working fine. The board is working fine. Okay, so this is going to be given as a powering status of the power. So yes, this is the power up, and this will gives that the EEPROM, whatever the program we have in the EEPROM is working fine. It's booting perfectly. So you can able to program that one. So that's the indication we are going to be having. So we will see that one, how it is going to be look like. Okay, next. So we have seen about the hardware. Now we like to see about the software, how we can able to develop the embedded system. Okay, so embedded system is nothing but is a combination of the hardware and software, and is going to be utilizing for the dedication functionality. Yes, so that's the main definition of the embedded system. So we have seen that one. First, we have seen about the hardware details. Now we will see about the software details. So how we can able to program a Arduino. So we require one thing which is called as the Arduino IDE. So that Arduino IDE is available in the www.arduino.cc. So there, simply Google it as the Arduino CC. So then you can able to see it. So I will show you. Yes, see here. So simply by typing the Arduino, so yes, you can able to see here. You can able to have this is the open software. So you can able to download here. So go there and you can able to get the download. Okay, so depending upon your operation, so operating system, whatever the operating system you are having, so depending upon that one, you can able to download. For example, mine is the Windows 10. Go to the Windows 10. So then, so it gives like this. So just download. Don't go for the contribution. So this is the open software. So you may contribute, but don't go further. Just go for the download. It will download. It's simply a download, and it's going to be having an app something like this. So this is how the uh, Arduino IDE integrated development environment will look like. Okay, after installing, it will look like this. So this is the thing, simple thing. Okay. So this is how we can able to download the Arduino and we can able to install. Okay, so one of the important thing, I will give the two steps. So one of the important thing is, so first, so you may see here, first we are going to be downloading. After downloading the exe file, go to the run. So then it will give the agreement. So then go for the agree. So then here the important thing is, don't forget to select install USB driver. Okay, so if you forget that one, so it will install. So it will install like this. So these are status. So after installation, you can able to close. For example, so if I don't install this USB driver, then so if I connect my Arduino, so like this, if I connect my Arduino to the laptop, in the status bar of the laptop, you can able to find out like this: USB serial 4 device software installed successful. So there you need to install the device. So if you select here, then it will give like this. If you don't select, so then it don't give like this. It will ask for installation of the drivers. Again, you need to install the drivers. Then only it can able to communicate between your PC, whatever the PC you are having. So with the PC to the Arduino. So that's why don't forget to check this box, install USB driver. Okay. So next, so how this Arduino IDE will look like? So we already seen about the keel. So to program the 8051, so we have seen about the keel. So now we will see about Arduino IDE. So how it is going to be look like. So the Arduino IDE will look like this. So it's going to be having a like this. So in the menu bar, we are having like this. So first, so I will go for first as so a file. So verify. Okay. So first I will go for the open. So in the open, it will ask the file to which you need to open. So then you can able to open. Okay. Or you can able to write down the code here. So you can able to write down the code here. Or if you already existing file is there with you, then you go here, it will be open. So if you write here something, a code is written by you, so then so that is going to be called as a sketch. In Arduino IDE, the program which you have written in IDE is called as a sketch. Okay, so then so code will written here. After writing the code, you need to go here save. So then the automatically first it will give the automatically. So the sketch underscore whatever the month and date it is going to be having. So it will give automatically file name, and depending upon the how many files you are opening, it will give the alphabetical. So like here in our example, sketch underscore SEP11A. So on September 11, so the first file is here like that. So then you can able to write down and you can able to save here. So after saving that one, so you need to go for verify. So verify. So what is the use of this verify? So verification is nothing but if you have written a program and you need to check whether the program is syntactically correct or not. So for that purpose, so they have given this button. So this button will look like as a tick mark. Okay. So upon this button, it will look like as a tick mark. So if you press this one, so whatever the code you have written here will compile, and if there is any errors, then it will give in the console. Here, this is called as a console where the errors will give or the status of the program will give. If there is no errors, then in the console also it will give the status. Yes, successfully the program is compiled like that. So like that. So this is the use of the console. Next, you can able to see here. So upload. So this is nothing but so previously we have seen about in the 8051. So we required another extra program or extra app to download the program from Keel IDE to 8051 microcontroller. So this is going to be called as the ISP utility, ISP Nova utility. So this is another program. So by which we can able to flash the program, so that hex file into 8051 microcontroller. Okay. So but in Arduino, we are having a inbuilt flash program. So that's going to be called as this is the upload button. So simply by pressing the upload button, we can able to flash the program, whatever the program we have done so far, so that binary file will directly flash into the Arduino microcontroller. Okay, so this is the serial monitor. So if there is any communication, serial communication between the Arduino board and your laptop, Arduino board and your laptop, that can be we can able to monitor here. Okay, so next, the important thing is whenever you have connected the board, Arduino board, so that board is going to be given here. Arduino Uno is connected on COM, whatever the COM port. Okay, so board and serial port selection. So that can be done here. So these are the some of the important parts in the Arduino IDE. Okay, so next, so how we can able to select that one? So see here. So let us take. So I have written a program in the code. Next, what I have done is I have verified the code. So in the console, I can able to see that the program is compiled successfully. The next step is I need to upload the program. Okay, I need to flash the program into Arduino. So how we can able to do is, there is a thing, go to the tool and select the serial port. So that serial port will be look like here. So the from there you can able to watch which port I have connected. So simply you can able to see here, select that one. So after selecting the port, so go to the board. So which board you have connected? So in market we are having a generic boards, so not the genuine boards. So if there is a genuine board, after connecting it will give the board name and everything automatically. But if we are having a generic board, so then we need to go to the board. In the tool section we need to go to the board. So there we need to select the board which we are connecting to the laptop or PC. So there, so here we are connecting the Arduino Uno. Please, we need to select that one. So next, so this is the how the console will look like. Binary sketch size of is given. Okay, so done uploading. You can able to see here. So after selecting all this thing, go to the upload, then upload will do. If there is any errors, so that can be given here like this. So this is the done uploading. So then if there is any error, it will go like this. So that's how the Arduino IDE will look like. So what I will do is, so first I will try to show you so how the Arduino is going to be how will look like. Okay, so for that one, yes, I will start. Yes, so this is the Arduino IDE board. So you have seen the different things, like you can able to see here. So this is the power button, and this is the USB port, and this is the main section of the Atmega 328P, and you can able to see some different ports. Okay, so this is the Arduino Uno. Arduino Uno. Okay, so we can able to have one more thing. So like we can have Arduino Mega also. So let me give you some time. So this is the Arduino Mega. So you can able to see here. So this is the Arduino Uno. This one Uno, and this one is the Arduino Mega. So what's the difference you can able to find out is, in the Arduino Uno we are having a less number of IO pins. So in the Arduino Mega we are having a more number of IO pins. So what's the meaning of that one is, we can able to connect more number of devices to the Arduino Mega. Okay, so let me give one more time. So I will show you the Arduino Nano. Yes. 1 second, please. So I'm having a Arduino Nano also. So meanwhile, so let me continue me. So after some time, I will show you how the Arduino will look like. So now it's not visible. Not able to find. Yes. Yes. At last I have find out that one. Yes. See here. So this is the Arduino Nano. You can able to see here. So this is the smallest one. So now you can able to see this is the Arduino Uno, and now you can able to see this one Arduino Mega Nano. So this is the Nano. Okay, Arduino Nano. Next, this is the Arduino Uno. Arduino Uno, and this is the Arduino Mega. Okay, so like that, we are having a different Arduinos. Okay, so we will discuss about the Arduino Uno. Okay, so first we have seen that, yes, so to connect the Arduino Uno, we require this type of cable. So this is going to be having a, first we need to connect one end of this cable to this USB port like this, and another end. So this is the another USB. So we need to connect to the system to which we are having a Arduino IDE. So that's how we can able to connect. That's how we have. I have shown you how to connect the Arduino with the laptop. So like this. Okay. So if I connect, so I will show you. If I connect, so first it will give you a sound. So something is connected. So then you can be able to see here. A LED is glown here. So first one, which is going to be called as a power LED here. So power LED here. So which the meaning of that one is I have given the power. Okay. Next. So another LED is there. So but it's blink very fastly. So that's why we cannot able to see that one properly. So that is nothing but which is going to be having a whatever the EEPROM which is inside this Arduino is working properly, or the board is working properly. So that's the status how we can able to find out. Next, after this, yes. So how we can able to program the Arduino? So to write the Arduino programs, first Arduino programming. So first, I will start with the writing code. So before that, so we have seen about that. So if I given any problem, first we need to write the flowchart. Okay, or we need to write the algorithm. So step-by-step procedure is nothing but algorithm. First we need to take the algorithm. So after that we need to write the code. So here I have given the directly writing the code. Next, then we will test the code whether the whatever the code we have written is syntactically correct or not. So this is not this test is not for the logical correction. This is the test for syntax correction only. Okay. So if there is any syntactically errors are there, so then it will go find errors. Okay, if there is error, again it will come to the editor. So like Arduino IDE editor. So then we need to modify the syntax. Okay, so then it again test the code. So up to what point is up to having without having any errors, we will do this one continuously. Okay, so after no errors. If the code is having a doesn't having any errors, so then so we will go for upload code. So uploading is nothing but so flashing the program into the Arduino. So we will upload the code. So that's how the program will be written in the Arduino. Okay, so we already seen that in the Arduino community. So the program which is going to be written is called as a sketch. Okay, so the important thing is, so if you see the blank sketch, or which is called as a bare minimum sketch, so the Arduino, in that Arduino, we are having a sketch. So that sketch is called as a bare minimum sketch. So if you see in the bare minimum sketch, we are having a two loops. So this is a very important thing. Please listen carefully. In the sketch, it will automatically gives two loops. One is called as a setup, sorry, two functions. One is called as a setup function, and one is going to be called as a loop function. So what is the use of the setup function? So there you will put the setup code, whatever the setups we are going to be having, something like, so I need to use the ports as the input ports. Then we need to declare here. So some ports I need to use as the output ports. You need to declare here. Okay, so like that, whatever the setup we require, so that things will be put into the setup function. So it will run only one time. Whenever we run the program, it will run only one time. Next, we are having a loop function. So loop function is nothing but we will put the main code here. So continuously I need to send the data from one device to another device, or continuously I need to read the data from a sensor into Arduino. Okay, sensor connect, so we have connected a sensor, so we need to read the data from that sensor. So then, so that code will put here in the loop function. So these are the two main functions which are present in the bare minimum code, bare minimum sketch. Okay, so you can able to see here. So the function is the setup function is called when the sketch starts. Okay, next used to initialize the variables, pin modes, start using libraries, etc. So whatever the whatever the pins we are going to be using, whether the pins is the inputs or output is called as a pin mode. Okay, next, if I need to utilize any libraries, so libraries is nothing but pre-executed functions is called pre-executed functions is going to be called as the libraries. So we can able to use that one. So setup one function will run only one time. So after every power reset, it will run only one time, like that. Next step, after creating the setup loop, so after creating the setup function, the loop function does precisely what its name suggests. So it continuously, consecutively, or continuously execute the program which we are going to be having in that one. So that's how we can able to have. So now I will try to show you how the bare minimum sketch will look like. Okay, so first what I will do is, so I will try to open the Arduino app, Arduino IDE. So this is the Arduino IDE. So in the starting, it will look like this. Initializations of the package is like that. So preparing the boards. Next, it will start. Okay, so this how the bare minimum code will look like. Okay, so I will expand this one. So here you can able to see. So here we are having the menu, file menu. So there you can able to open new, create a file, open reset. So we are having a sketchbook. So what I have told you is, so in the Arduino programming language, so we can able to call the program as a sketch. So this sketchbook will hold all the programs which we have done. Okay, so that will look. So this will give the example programs, close, save, so page setup, print, all those things. So we will use this new and open. Next, so editing, whatever the editing we require, so indentation, all those things can be. So whatever the code we are going to be writing here, in order to edit that one, so we will go here. Next, sketch. So here we will compile, verify, upload all those things, including the libraries. So these are the tools. So we will look at this one, help, all those things. Okay, so we can able to see here. So I have not connected any Arduino. Previously, I have connected here, so that's why it's going to be showing like this. So this is the Arduino Uno, which is connected to the COM3. Okay, so here we can able to see the console, so where we can able to see the errors or whatever the status of the program, it is going to be showing here. So here you can able to see. So this called as the verify button. So upload button. So this is the new file creation button. So this is the open button. If the already existing file is there, this is the save. So these are the buttons which we are going to be have. So this called as a serial monitor button. Okay. So because we have not connected any board, so you can able to see now. So if I says board at COM3 is not available, I have not connected any board. So that's why it will give like this. Okay. So whenever I connected board, then it will give the serial monitor. We will show that. I will show you that one. So here the main important thing is you can able to see here. So these are the two. So this called as the bare minimum sketch. So you can able to see the sketch underscore December 30A. So today is the December. So this is the first file I have opened. So that's why it will give the automatic name like this. We can able to save this program like that. Okay. So you can able to go and we can able to save. Okay. So here before saving, I like to complete this one. After I will save that one. So this is a bare minimum sketch. So there we are having a two function. One is called as a setup function. So I will give you a tab here. You can able to now you can able to clearly know here. So this is the bare minimum sketch. So in this one we are having a void setup function, and this is the loop function. So whatever the code, setup code, we will put here, it will run once. So in the loop function, we will put the main code, it will do repeatedly. The embedded system itself is nothing but which is need to continuously work. Okay, so that's why whatever the code we are going to be writing, it will be put here. Okay, so now, so I will try to show you how we can able to execute a program and how we can able to load the program into the Arduino. First thing, I have connected the Arduino. So it will, I will check for the errors, hardware errors. So whether the power LED is glown or not. If power LED is glown, then it's working fine. Whether the status LED is blinked or not, so then it's going to be fine. Now we need to check whether this Arduino is connected to our system or not. So for checking of that one, see here. So it's not showing anything here. It's showing as the Arduino Uno connected to the COM3. So we don't know to which COM port it is connected. So to know that one, go to the Windows X. Okay, so there press the Windows and X simultaneously. So then go to the M, which is called as the device manager. Okay, Windows X and M. If you press continuously, so in the Windows 10, you can able to go here, or in any operating system, Windows operating system, just search for the device manager. So there you can able to find out all these things, whatever the devices which are connected to the your laptop. So there you can able to see here. So COM port. So USB device is connected to the COM3. USB device is connected to the COM3. See here. If I remove, so there is no connection. If I plug it in, so then you can able to see here. USB serial device COM3 is connected. Okay, so now close this one. So what's the meaning of that one is, so the Arduino Uno is connected to the COM3. So first go to the tool. So then you need to select here Arduino Uno. I already selected, that's why it's showing as a Arduino Uno. Next, go to the port, select Arduino, so COM3. Why I need to select the COM3? Because so you can able to see in brackets, you can able to see which board I have connected. Arduino Uno, it is connected. Okay, so I will show you if I connect the different Arduino like Arduino Mega, so what happens? Okay, so like this. So now I am removing the Arduino Uno. Okay, now I am connecting to the Arduino Mega. Okay, so I have connected the Arduino Mega. Then go to the Windows XM. Okay, so then you can able to see here. So COM8. Now Arduino Mega is connected to the COM8. So go to the tools. So select for Arduino Mega or Mega 2560. Next, go to the tools and port. You can able to see here. So the COM8 is connected to the Arduino Mega. So like that, here in the status bar also you can able to see Arduino Mega or Mega 2560 is connected to the COM3. Okay, so like that you can able to have the board name and to which port it is connected. So whenever you have connected to the your laptop. Okay, so then again I have connected the Arduino Uno. So go to here, select the Arduino Uno, and again go to the tools and select the port. Okay, so if you connect once, then it will automatically takes the remaining things. Okay, so in the first time, you need to select the board. You need to select the board, the port also, board and port. Okay, next, go to this one now. So this is the program we have written. So I have written nothing here. So simply I am testing whether this program is having any errors. So if there is no errors, so upload this one like that. So first I will check. So if you go here, if you take your mouse here, then it will give the verify here. See here. So click on that one. Okay. So now we need to save the program. Save. Okay. Click on that one. So you can able to see here compiling sketch in the status bar. You can able to see here this one green color. So compiling sketch whatever the sketch we are having, so that's going to be compiled. So sketch uses 444 bytes of the program storage space. So maximum of we can able to use this one. So these are the global. So these are the things. Okay, so done compiling. So there is no errors. So for example, if I put something like this, if something like this, so then if I compile, so then you can able to see here whatever the errors we are having, so that error is shown here. Okay, so you can able to see. So and it is highlighted with the where the cause of the error is. So this is a simple one. So we don't want to take the risk to find out where the error is. So the IDE itself will highlight where the possible error is. Okay, this is the where the possible error is. Okay, so that's how. So previously we don't have any errors. So now we have introduced the errors. That's why it's showing as the errors. Again, I will verify. So compiling the sketch. Okay, so now you can able to see there is no errors. Then after compiling, go to the tools, select for the board and port. Okay, select for the board and port. So in the first time I am telling, so if I go for the first time, then I need to go to the board and port, I need to select. Then go for the upload. Okay, so it will upload the program. So you can able to see compiling the, it will again compile the sketch and it will upload. See here, done uploading. Whatever the program we are having, so that is uploaded here. Okay, that is uploaded into the our Arduino board. So this is how the total program is going to be look like. Okay, so first in the Arduino IDE we are having a two function, setup function and loop function. So in the setup function we will put the whatever the set of files setup variables we require. So we will put there. In the loop function we will put the continuous whatever the continuous things we require. So we will put there. Okay, so this is how we can be able to run a program. Okay, run a program in the Arduino IDE. So I will brief out one more time. I will brief out. So one thing is first verify. Just verify that one. So whether the program is having any errors, no errors. Then go for the tools. Select the board and port. Select the board. Here you Arduino, you know, port. Whatever the COM port we have connected. So select that one. Then after that one, go for the upload. So simply by pressing the upload, we can able to upload the program into the Arduino board. So this is the simple thing. So we don't require any external software to upload the compiled program. Like in the 8051, so we will compile the program and we will create the hex file in the kill software. So after that one, we will go for the ISP program. So there, from there, we will flash the program into the 8051 microcontroller. But in Arduino, we are having a inbuilt. So we will compare and we will upload by using the Arduino IDE itself. So this is how the Arduino IDE will look like, will do the things for us. Okay, next. What I will do is, so I will stop here. So tomorrow we will start freshly about how to do the programming and all those things. Okay. Suresh, are you there?